Hello everybody, it's JT at StayOnTheRise, and today I wanted to talk about a little bit about another habit, a developmental habit. Even though Stay on the Rise is focused on those people that are trying to develop apps or web apps and build a business around or an online presence, these little sidebars are certain habits that you need to develop as a business owner and as a startup, to make sure that you can maximize your effectiveness in dealing with customers, your business partners, and running your business. So today's topic is kind of near and dear to my heart. So I want you to imagine a couple things. First, imagine a time when you were asked by your boss or maybe your partner or your significant other to do something. And you took on that role and you worked very diligently and you did a very good job. And when you were finished with it, you kind of pointed it out to them, and they turned and just kind of nodded their head and then walked away. And think about how that made you feel at that time. Now think about another, think about another case. You worked really hard at something. It didn't turn out quite as well, but you did really work hard at it. And it wasn't necessarily your fault that there was maybe some issue with it. And again, you bring that to your boss, your partner, or perhaps your spouse. And now when you bring it to them, they turn on you and they criticize and how it was wrong and why did you screw up, etc. And think about how that made you feel. The reality is, as Sigmund Freud said, there's two things that really drive us as individuals. And one of those is the desire to be great. Or put a different way, William James, the American psychologist, said that we have an instinctual and innate craving for appreciation. Now think about that. It's actually a craving. It's not just a hunger, it's not just a desire, it is a craving. We as individuals, as people, crave appreciation for what we do, especially when we're doing it for somebody else. So since we're all humans, and whether we're dealing with customers, whether we're dealing with our business partners, our spouse, etc., that's what we want. So again, think about how you felt in those situations. If somebody had instead, when you brought them the results of this, of whatever task you were doing, and it was successful, and they said, I really appreciate the effort you put behind this. Or even if there was a problem, I really appreciate the effort you put behind this. Even though it had some problems, I know you did your best. Think of how that'll make you feel. In particular, think about how it will motivate you the next time they ask you to do something, that you'll be more likely to do it. And that's the important part. The reason why, and I'm not talking about false flattery or false appreciation, but one of the reasons why you want to build this as a regular habit, that your first reaction is, rather than go to criticism, but really look for opportunities to indicate that you truly do appreciate what somebody's doing for you or with you, is that when you do that, people will be more motivated to work with you and to help you out. Because again, in any business, we're not doing it alone, unless it's you're some monk or something out here and you're copying the Bible text or something like that. You depend on other people. A business depends on customers. You depend on your partners. You depend on your employees. So you need to be able to cooperate and work with people. And one of the biggest keys to doing this is making sure that you're showing them and telling them that you appreciate them. You know, one of the typical things is that we always think, it's a very natural reaction, we think that, well, they did a good job, they know they did a good job, we don't really have to tell them. Or, I'll tell them later. Or I'll tell them in some annual review. But no, you need to make this a daily habit. Every day, think about the people that you're interacting with and look for opportunities to indicate and tell them directly and sincerely that you appreciate them. This is something that you have to build in to become a daily habit, that's your most instinctual reaction, that it takes no effort at all. Do this with business partners, do this with customers, when a customer makes a sale or when they've told you even about a problem. Tell them that you appreciate that they told you about this problem, or be sincere that you appreciate that you gained their business. When you have an employee that does something or has done something and they've done good work, tell them that you appreciate their effort. Tell your business partner, and one of the fatal flaws a lot of times is that's like the last person you tell. It's very similar to if you're married and you have a spouse, it might be the last person that you actually tell that you on a regular basis that you appreciate them, because we're busy, and we just kind of know our different roles. But tell your business partner on a regular basis that you appreciate his insight, that you appreciate the work he's doing, that you appreciate that he may have pointed out some particular business problem. Same thing with anybody that you interact with. When you develop this habit of showing your sincere appreciation to people, you'll feel better, people will react to you better, and you will have people that will be doing things for you and working with you more effectively, because they will not be harboring this need, because again, it's this craving that we need to be appreciated. They won't be harboring this little bit of ill will or unsatisfaction that they haven't been shown that they're appreciated. So I hope this helps. Look forward to keeping in touch. And again, if you need information on building an app or developing your application, whether you have an existing one that needs a little bit of boosting, or whether you need to you have an idea and you're looking and you don't really know how to go about doing it, just contact me at jt@stayattherise.com, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye bye.